Yeah, sometimes we go through a hard time just getting it done, but yeah, when it's out there, how wonderful that, in your case, one of the fans would really work to go get that book. So yeah, definitely all our best wishes and all our love goes out to your friend out there in Chicago. We're nearing the end, but we still got a few minutes. Could you let us know what's going on as far as coming up for you, any appearances, conventions, and just fill us in on your upcoming schedule, sir.
Well, my plans is to try to make it to this year's San Diego Con with some finished products up there. Hopefully, the War of Independence,
right?
There, the latest installment of El Gato. I'm scheduled for a couple of crossovers out there with other various creators up there, and also I'm going to be scheduled this coming March at a University of Texas at Can-Am in Edinburgh, Texas, for a festival type of convention there. They have various authors of Hispanic and signing their work. I'll be there signing some books out there and doing some readings at public libraries.
Oh, that's wonderful. Comic book readings, I like that.
Yeah, also with a friend of mine out there, Javier Garza, who has this Lucha Libre book out there. So I'm a big fan of his as well, too. Involves Mexican mass wrestlers. Big fun to be with, so be out there with finding a way.
Very cool. It's always fun when you do a gig. It's great to do the gigs and, meet new fans and signings and whatever. But yeah, and if you got a friend out there with you, it's always good to have those fun times, during and after the show.
Yeah, gotta have your people out there.
This last November, 2007, I actually got to go out to Wizard in Texas. Actually,
yeah, that's your first time in Texas.
First time in Texas, and this is all thanks to Richard. Him and his agent kind of approached Wizard conventions to do a Latino panel, and actually, you guys arranged to have them screen El Muerto. So thank you for that. But yeah, it was nice to go out there, and there was Richard at the airport, picked me up, and you were super nice and everything. Here's me being all touristy. I go, Richard, hey, let's go have some great Tex-Mex food, but before that, I want to do one touristy thing. And you're like, okay, Javier, whatever you want. Anything you want. So, sorry, folks, I didn't pick something like the Opera House or the museums, or I go, Richard, can we go to the grassy knoll, the unfortunate site of the JFK assassination, and quite historical. So Richard took me, and then we had some great Tex-Mex afterwards with great food and stuff. So I had a great time out there in Texas, Richard. And
hey, well, you're welcome to come over here again, and I'll do the same thing. But this time we'll go to Southport.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And then we'll drive on the opposite side of the grassy knoll. That way I'll get both sides.
That's right. But that is the most visited tourist attraction in Dallas.
Right. It was amazing because, we're driving just, streets, and then Richard points on the right. Hey, Javi, you recognize that building? And I looked at it, and yeah, in a second, it's like, whoa, the old school, the book depository.
Yeah, that's right, the Texas book depository.
So I'm staring at it, because, most of us have probably seen that millions of times in photographs and footage and such. And then we're driving, and then Richard dips down the road really quick, and then back up. And then it hit me again. It's like, oh my gosh, we just drove through that quick little, the grassy knoll. You see the grassy knoll, and then I turn around, looked at the back window, and yeah, there's that image. It was very unnerving and interesting to be there. So anyway,
and listeners, you should have seen Javi when he first arrived. He had this aura around him that that he was actually there.
Yeah,
he had this sensation chill all over his body, and feel it in the feet.
Yeah, it's still there, I think. But, but the next day, for me, it was back to reality. Okay, now we're doing a comic convention.
Okay.
Which is my reality, and I'm sure for a lot of us. Anyway, Richard, I hate to leave that this interview on such a macabre note, me going to the JFK site. But if you folks, I encourage you to visit Richard, not at his home, that's a little private, but he's got a MySpace page, which would be www.myspace.com/Richard_Dominguez, Dominguez. It's got a great little GATO page. And you also, Richard, alluded to earlier your art career, illustration and such. You have a DominguezIllustrations.com where people can see all your other work, your design work, storyboard, and all the other fun stuff you do.
Yes, that's my commercial art website.
Very cool. We'll have that. We'll have those two sites listed on the Planet Comic Book Radio podcast later in the week, and we'll have your interview up so people can listen again or tune in at their leisure. So, Richard, thank you very much. Appreciate you spending some time with us, and thank you
for inviting me.
Sure, it's a pleasure. Thanks for the hour, and thanks for the inspiration many years ago.
Thank you, and listeners, listen to Planet Comic Book Radio.
Hey, official endorsement. Now good things are going to happen. All right, Richard, thank you very much. Take care. Okay, folks, and those of you listening live will notice we had no breaks, no music. It was a full hour talking to Richard Dominguez. So, anyway, we'll be back here next week. Same planet this, same planet that. Thanks, everybody. Bye.